The hell? Okay, I think that's like perf. Hey guys, it's your girl OG Teddy B back with another video. It's been some time since I've been filming or since I filmed a video, and that is because there have been a lot of changes in my life. As you can see, I have a new setup in my area here. That's one of the things that are new. In addition to that, I have some new lighting, you guys. I have two softbox lights, which makes a world of a difference filming. So today, basically, as you can see by the title, this video is about the time my ex-boyfriend stole over $1,000 from me. Now, I've never done a video like this where I'm like actually doing my makeup and telling a story at the same time, and I can imagine this is probably pretty tricky. Sorry, it's hot. I'm gonna try to tell this story while I'm getting ready, and I'm trying to not get emotional because I was pissed. I dated this guy, and he was a complete jerk, in all honesty. Now, he was actually the guy whose car I rolled out of. If you guys haven't seen that video yet, I will link it above. Pretty sure it's on this side, but I will link it above there so you guys can click that and watch that video. Click that and watch that video. That same guy, you know, we dated, and I was with this guy for like a few years or whatever. Like I said in my other video, he seemed like he was really cool in the beginning. He, you know, got me nice things. He played the whole nice guy role. I thought, okay, like this guy's pretty cool. This is actually really hard. Trying to focus on two completely different things at one time. By the way, for anyone that wants to know, I don't know, I'm using the Natural Radiance Primer by MAC to prime my face. So yeah, so I basically, and who's knocking? So yeah, sorry. I've dated this guy, and he came into my life at a point where I was really vulnerable. Like, there were a lot of things going on, and in a sense, I don't regret meeting him because he taught me a lot. Like, he really taught me a lot about myself as a person, how I handle situations, and how to forgive people, really. Before I jump into the story, the rest of it, I'm gonna be correcting my dark spots with this color here from the MAC Pro Correcting Conceal Palette. Let me bring this little mirror a little closer to me. So I lived with this guy, I stayed in his room, and you know, there were a lot of things going on with me, which is why I lived with him. I didn't have my own place at the time, and I was just really overwhelmed and stressed out. And like I said, I was going through a really rough time, so I was kind of happy at the time that he came into my life because I feel like he taught me a lot. But you know, he was helpful in the beginning. But you don't realize how hard your 20s are until you're in your 20s. Like, I don't feel like anything in life can prepare you for the struggles and the hardships you're going to experience in your 20s. And he obviously knew all the stuff I was going through because I would talk to him like, you know, that's my man. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah. At the time, I got this job and I was working at Precise Parklink's head office. That was pretty far from the house. I was getting up at, I think, like 5 in the morning. Oh my God. I caught the earliest go bus. I don't even flip and remember. Sorry guys, I'm trying to decide what foundation shade. Max NC50 Studio Fix Fluid or Max NC50 Pro Longwear Waterproof Foundation. I'm gonna do this one actually. Nah, I'm gonna do the Studio Fix Fluid. Anyways, I get distracted very easily. This is why I said this is gonna be difficult for me. Like I said, I was getting up at like 5 in the morning to travel to this place. So I had to catch a go bus and be there for 7. Basically, I had to cross train tracks to get to work. I didn't have to. I could have taken another route, but crossing the train tracks saved me like 40 minutes of a commute. And if I'm getting up at like 5, having to catch the 5:45 go bus, I was like, yeah, I'm definitely running across the train tracks so I can get to work by 7, because who's trying to get up at what, 4:30? I don't think so. I was working at that place. Eventually, I got a job working at Eastside Mario's as well. And when I worked at Eastside Mario's, I pretty much worked like 5 to 11. Yeah, I think it was 5 to 11. So I would go from this job in the morning from like 7 to 3 and commute all the way over to Eastside Mario's for, Eastside Mario's to get there for 5 and finish at 11 and then commute home. And mind you, Eastside Mario's, it was close to the other job, my first job, but it wasn't close to my house. The commute back from Eastside Mario's was like an hour and a half, hour 40 minutes basically, okay? I was friggin' tired all the time. Like, I was doing the most, but you know, I had a goal. I wanted to eventually get my own place. This guy knew this. He knew that. He knew everything that was going on with me. He knew how I was struggling. He knew shit was hard, like, and I was just trying to, like, figure shit out and get, make better choices and get shit done. So I decided, like, while I was working at Eastside Mirrors, because I made tip, that every time I got tip, I would put it in a container so I would save my money. So instead of just, like, putting it in the bank, I just decided, hey, I'm gonna take a black bottle, just any black bottle, and I'm gonna put money in there because I can't see it. So I had the whole idea of, like, out of sight, out of mind, out of sight, out of mind, and I decided that's what I'm gonna do. So at the time, only I think him and maybe one of my other cousins knew about it at the time, because like I said, I was just trying to figure out a way I can save something that works with me and my schedule, and something that essentially would be foolproof, that I thought would be foolproof. So every time I got home from work, basically, I would put my tip in that bottle, in that black bottle. So I really had no idea how much money was in there because I was just saving, and I kind of liked it because I couldn't see it. I didn't know what was in there, how much I had saved, but I just knew I was saving money. I was doing that, and I'm not gonna lie to you, like, when I was working at these two jobs, I was stressed out because I never really had enough sleep. I was always tired. I was actually so tired and stressed out that eventually I developed this, like, skin rash. It was called, I think, pityriasis rosea. It basically looks like chicken pox. It's all over your skin. So it was really bad. I was super, super stressed out. But I just knew, like, I don't want to live with this guy forever, obviously, in his house with him and his mom, what the hell. And I wanted to have my own place, do my own thing. Like I said, he knew about this bottle, and I continued saving my money. I remember there's one time where I really wanted to buy something, and my money was tight because, like, all my stuff was in storage. I was also paying storage fees, my phone bill, putting money towards other little things too. So I was kind of like, shit, like, I wanted to break my bottle and use the money. And he's freaking out. He's like, no, don't do that. Like, this guy, like, literally put me in a chokehold when I wanted to open the bottle. And I was like, okay, like, chill, like, okay, fine, I won't break the bottle, like, relax. Like, why are you freaking choking me? But I didn't think anything besides, okay, maybe he just doesn't want me to spend my money. So now, one day, oh, sorry, I got a little yuckies. Sorry, guys. So one day, I was on the phone with, like, a debt collector, and I was like, you know what? Let me actually just clear up this shit right now because I've been saving this money now for quite some time now, and I should have enough to take care of this debt. So me and the person made our arrangements. I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me tell you exactly how much I can do for this settlement in full. Let me check and I'll call you right back. I'm using my Pro Longwear Concealer in the shade NC45. This is from MAC. So I take the bottle and I go outside on his, like, patio area, and I'm like, okay, I need to break it, so let me just fling the bottle up in the air, and when it crashes down, it will shatter, because I think it was the St. Remy bottle that I had, and those bottles are thick, okay? So again, I'm just gonna dash this up in the air, and when it breaks, I'll move all the glass and I'll see how much I have. So I put it in a plastic bag so that when it shattered, it didn't, like, go everywhere. It would just shatter in a bag, and then I could just go in, take out the money, organize the stuff with this woman, and that would be one thing cut off my list. So I go outside now, dash up and find the nicest plastic bag I could find, and I put the bottle in the plastic bag. So I was careful to throw it in, or throw it up in an area where I knew it would land on, like, the concrete, not the grass, so it would shatter. So I fling the bag up in the air, boom, it shatters on the ground, okay? So I'm like, okay. I looked, I lied. It didn't shatter yet. It didn't break the first time. So I'm like, okay, shit, I gotta do this again. So I fling the bag up in the air. Boom, shatters. And even when it was shattered, it was still, like, together. You know what I mean? Like, this was a pretty sturdy, this was a pretty sturdy bottle. It's pretty solid. So it shattered. It was still kind of together though. Like, the glass was shattered, but, like, I guess the protective plastic over the glass kind of kept it all together. I open the bag, and I look in the bag, and I'm like, where's the money from the bottle? Like, why is the bottle empty? So I'm looking at this bag, and I'm like, I literally stood there outside, like, and instantly I got angry because I'm like, there's only two people that knew about this bottle. One. Second of all, the bottle was in this guy's room. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, let me call this guy and find out what the happened. And he better have a good excuse. So I call this guy and I'm like, yo, I just broke my bottle There's no money in it. He's like, what? I'm like, yo, I just broke my bottle and there's no money in it. Where's my money? He's like, yo, honestly, I'm like,
honestly, what? You took my money?
What could have been your excuse as to what could have been the reason as to why the bottle that I've been saving my hard-earned sweat and tears dollars in is empty? He's like, yo, you know, that day when you wanted to go and open the bottle, I didn't want you to open the bottle, so I put the bottle in the trunk of my car. I'm like, what do you mean you put the bottle in the trunk of your car? The f***? He's like, yeah, he put the bottle in the trunk of his car, whatever. I snapped. I started cussing this guy off because I'm like, even if you didn't want me to do that or to use the money or whatever the case, why did you put the bottle in the trunk of your car? Like, why is it in the trunk? You could have put it anywhere else in the trunk of your car. You could have moved it and put it in the closet or somewhere else. You could have hid it in the house, for shit's sake. I was just like not really feeling that. I'm like, yo, bring all my money when you get back. So I'm at the house. I call my cousin, losing my mind, like snapping. I was so angry because I'm like, my heart just told me that, okay, the intentions behind this were not what he's trying to tell me. He had ulterior motives behind this. And I was super angry because, one, you know my situation. I'm staying in your house right now. You know I'm trying to save my money to get out. You know what's going on with me going to work. I'm technically sick right now from how stressed out I am. And you're gonna pull some stunt like that, and your excuse is, oh, because I wanted to open the bottle, you didn't want me to use it, so you put it in your trunk. Okay. I'm using my mineralized powder in dark to set my or to dust away the Sasha buttercup that I use. I should have probably told you guys that. So he comes home and I'm like, yo, where's my money? He's like, well, that's what I'm telling you. I'm like, what? Like, where's my money? He's like, oh, the bottle broke in this trunk. I'm like, what do you mean the bottle broke in your trunk? What is that? Okay, so first of all, how did the bottle break in your trunk? I threw the bottle up outside twice in a plastic bag. It landed on concrete twice. It took 2 tries for that bottle to shatter and it was still together. So what do you mean it broke in your trunk? And furthermore, okay, where's my money? Oh, it broke in his trunk, so he put the money in his bank account. I'm like, bruh. I was like, yo, get out of my face if you know what's good for you. Like, yo, Ted, he's trying to like come closer. I'm like, yo, don't. I swear to God, if you touch me right now, we're gonna have a serious problem. I cannot believe you would do something like, I didn't try to do anything, I just didn't want you to spend your money. I'll give you all your money, I just didn't want you to spend it. I was looking out for you. I was like, yo, he's saying all this, but it's like nothing's adding up to me because, one, the bottle did not break in your trunk. It took me 2 tries to throw that up in the air for it to shatter. Okay? I was not buying it. I just packed my stuff and I left. And when I left his house, I called my cousin, and again, I was venting because I was so pissed off. Like, what do you mean now I'm expecting to get my money back? You're telling me now, okay, it broke in your trunk conveniently, and now the money's in your friggin' account? Bring all my money back tomorrow. Like, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to hear nothing. I want my money now. Like, I want it yesterday. It's mine. We shouldn't even be having this conversation right now. I'm using my MAC powder to set my face. Okay? So the next day comes now. He calls me. No. Did he call me? The next day comes, I think, and he calls me. And I'm like, yo, so where's my money? Like, what's going on with my money? He's like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna start laughing now because I'm thinking about everything. And he's like, but at the time I wasn't laughing. At the time I was like, livid, okay? He's like, oh, the bank only allows me to take out a certain amount of money at a time, so I can't give you all your money one time. I'm like, yo, man, listen. Yo, figure this shit out. Give me half now. I want the rest tomorrow. Furthermore, I don't even know how much money was in the bottle because I was not keeping track of it. I just know I kept putting 50s and 20s in the bottle. I didn't know how much was in the bottle. He's like, it was 1,025. Like, it was 1,000. I'm like, I had to take his word for it because I had no way of knowing. So I was like, listen, listen, man, get my shit, get me as much as you can, or just don't even get me as much as you can. Just give me my friggin' money. Give me my money. Frig, like, we shouldn't even be having this argument, this discussion. None of this should have happened. This should have never gone in your trunk. Okay, when your trunk should have never got to your account. That doesn't make sense. So I called my cousin. My cousin's like, hold on, what? The money's in his account now? She's like, hold on. Like, nah. She's like, I really refuse to believe like this is really what's going on right now, because none of this is even making any sense right now. Like, first of all, how did the bottle break? Okay. And all of a sudden the money's in your account. Like, she's like, Ted, I'm so sorry for you, man. I know how hard you work for this. Like, I know the situation, and I know you're probably so livid right now. Like, she just kept apologizing, like, Ted, you know, I'm sorry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Because I was livid. So that day I go to the house, gives me some of the money. I take the money and I sleep in the other room. Okay. So the next day now, I'm just like mentally, I can't even believe all of this is happening right now, because I do not believe that you were just like, oh yeah, let me, oh yeah, I don't want her to spend her money, and you know, like, I don't believe that. I really believe his intentions were otherwise, and then this is what proved it. Next day now, I'm like, yo, you have my money? This guy said, this guy gave me, no, I think he gave me like 3 something, and I'm like, the fuck is this? You said there was 1,025 in it. You gave me 5 yesterday. So what is this? He's like, oh, he had to use some of it. Yo! This guy said he had to use, when I mean I lost my friggin' mind, I lost it. I never cussed so much clot, so much this and that in my life. Like, I lost it on him, because I'm like, okay, so that I lost it. I'm like, listen to me, I'm so disappointed in you, because how the hell did you manage to do something like this? Like, so you basically took my money because you needed to use it. You could have asked me if you needed money. There's been times where you've asked me if I can give you this because you needed it. There's been times where I've asked you for money because I needed it. And to make matters worse, remember, the bottle I threw up, guys, was empty. Okay? It was empty. So nothing more than this guy took my money, took the bottle, then made sure he put an empty bottle back there so I wouldn't realize that it was missing. Okay? Do you know how messed up that is? Do you guys understand how messed up that is? Like, no one could tell me that wasn't premeditated. Furthermore, I live with you, so me and you probably finished the 2 buckets and might not even realize it. So that second bottle you put back there to fool me, I probably drank it with you and I didn't even realize it. Like, this guy played me. And I'm like, listen to me, yo, I don't care what's going on. I need my money now. I don't care if you spent it. Yo, you need to figure that out and get me my money now. Like, I don't care. Like, yo, just don't tell my mom. Just don't tell my mom. Trust me, it wasn't like that. It was just like, yo, something came up and because I had it in my account. This guy would still not come clean with me. He would not come clean. This guy was still trying to justify what happened and basically just trying to make it seem as though his intentions were bad. Shit just happened and he ended up using it, which I think is total bullshit. Like, so that's what was getting me even more angry. It got to the point where I couldn't even sleep at the house anymore. I had to just keep leaving and staying at my cousin's house because I was so freaking livid. And I'm like, yo, me and this guy cannot be in the same house because I might just accidentally kill this guy. Like, the way I was so angry, okay? So like a couple of days later, I'm like, yo, I need my money. He's like, oh, you know, he's like, I'm working. I'm just trying to get it back. I'm trying to get it or whatever, right? In the midst of all this, I'm telling my cousins, giving them the update of what's going on. And they're all like, yo, I can't even believe like this is what's happening. Like, I can't believe he did you like that. Like, I would have never thought he would have done you like that. Like, everyone was really like, everyone was really shocked. Like, even I was shocked. Nope. Because like I said, I lived with this guy. This guy was always so good to me. If he needed something, well, besides the times where we had like really bad arguments, he was verbally very disrespectful. But like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't expect that. Like, I didn't expect him to really take advantage of the fact that I was so vulnerable at the time. And so I wasn't staying at the house anymore because I couldn't stay at the house anymore because I would have killed him. And I'm like, I can't be around you. I can't see your mom and not, because your mom's gonna see my whole vibe and be like, okay, what the what's going on? Like, what's going on? And she was very much like that. She's like, Teddy, like, what's up? Like, are you good? What's going on? A couple days go by now and I'm like, yo, I need my money. This guy had the nerve to catch attitude with me. This guy was like, yo, every day you keep calling me, asking me about your money. Like, I told you I'm trying to get it. I'm like, hold on. What?
Yeah?
Like, listen to me. If you never sorry, okay. English. I'm like, listen, if you never took my money in the first place, there will be no need for me to be calling you, asking you about nothing. Furthermore, don't tell me to not call you and ask you about my money. You should have ever taken my money. Don't you dare tell me not to call you about my money that you stole from me. I'm like, you know what? I'm telling your mom.
Like, you know what? I'm telling your mom.
I'm telling your mom. Yo, I hung up the phone and I went back to the house, okay? So I went in his mom's room, I was sitting on the bed. So she came home and she's like, oh, hey Teddy, what's up? I'm like, I need to talk to you. She's like, okay. But the way I was so like serious, she doesn't really see me either. So she's kind of like, okay, you know, what's going on with Teddy? Like, yeah, I need to talk to you. She's like, all right. Like, so remember the bottle in the room that I've been saving money in? She's like, yeah, because I eventually told her about it, right? She's like, yeah. I'm like, so let's say this guy's name is Justin. So I'm like, Justin took it and he said he put it in his trunk because he didn't want me to spend any money or or open the bottle. Then apparently the bottle broke in his trunk, so he put the money in his account. She's like, I'm like, so I asked him to save the money from his account to give it to me. He gave me half of the money. She's like, I'm like, and then the next day he gave me about $300 or $200. She's like, I'm like, so I've basically been calling him. I'm like, that's why I haven't been here. I'm like, I've basically been calling him every day to give me the rest of my money, and he hasn't been able to because he used it. She was like you could tell in her face, she was like she was so shame, okay? She just went, what are you telling me right now? I'm like, you heard what I said. She's like, I'm like, yeah, so I just called him again. We got in a huge argument. I told him, I'm telling you. I'm like, I wasn't going to say nothing to you guys, but yo, I want my money. Like, I don't know what he takes this for. Like, this guy's lucky I didn't even say nothing to you. He's lucky I didn't say nothing to my dad either. The fact of the matter is, he took my money and he's acting like it's a problem if I call him to ask him for it. Like, what do you mean? She's like, hold on. She went in the bathroom, closed the door. I'm assuming she called him, and all I heard, she rinsed him. She cussed him out good and proper. Okay? Cussed him out good and proper. Let me line my top lip and I'll be right back. Yeah. She lit his ass up. Okay? All I know is when she came out the bathroom, she was like, you'll have the rest of your money tonight. Oh yeah, I lined my lips with chestnut, by the way, and I didn't even tell you guys. Oh my god. The blush I used was Hushed Tone from MAC. It's one of their In Extreme Dimension blushes. But she lit that ass up. When she came out of the bathroom, she's like, don't worry, you'll have your money tonight. I'm like, wait there. So I should have been told her what happened, basically, if that's all she had to do. So it looks like I had to go borrow the money from, I don't know, one of my friend. And he came home that day and I was sitting there like, and he like gave it, no, I lied to you. I think he gave it to his mom. He gave it to his mom that night, and because he couldn't, like, I was staying in the other room if I did go to the house. Because I still had my clothes there, you know what I mean? I was staying in the other room, so just when he came in or whatever, he went, gave the money to his mom, because he couldn't face me. I'm shim. Gave the money to his mom. And his mom came in the room and was like, you know, Teddy here, thank you. I'm like, thanks. And she was just like, you know, I'm so sorry. Like, I can't believe this happened. I'm just setting my face with my Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. Whew. But yeah, she's like she was shocked. She couldn't believe he did that, especially given the situation. So I got the rest of my money, and I told my cousin, like, you know, I got my money or whatever. I had to tell his mom. They were dying because they thought that was so funny. So I'm like, yeah, I'm telling your mom. Like, what do you mean? I got the rest of my money back. It took maybe like, I don't even think I was going to work at this time, to be honest with you. I was so pissed. Like, I was just like, it was just not good for me. So I think it took like maybe like a week and a half for me to get back all my money. Because this guy used it. I don't even know how to say this. Like, I'm just, like, even just thinking about it, I still don't understand, like, why he did it. Like, if he really needed the money, he could have asked me. Because, I mean, look, I lived with him. There are times where you've needed money and you've asked me and I've given it to you. So why would you steal from me and have the nerves to try to justify every single step? And nothing made sense. Like it was just a really bad situation. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. That really messed me up for a while. It took me, like, it really took me years to get over that because I knew him for such a long time, even before we started like dating. So it took me a while to really forgive him and get over it and come to a place where I could even talk about it. Like, I didn't even tell anyone in my family about it for years. I only told like one of my cousins and his mom, and that was it. I couldn't even tell anybody because it's like everyone thought like, okay, you know, this guy was dealing with me good or whatever. They knew I lived there. You know what I'm saying? To hear that he stole money from what I was saving, like they would have been livid. Anyways, the way God works, a couple months later, I think it was like maybe a month or 2 months later. Excuse me. Okay, 2 months later, I ended up getting my place, so I was able to move out. I was happy. It came at like the perfect time because there's no way in hell I could have stayed in that house. Like after that situation happened, our relationship completely deteriorated. Nothing was the same. There was no going back. It was just done, and that was it. And we didn't speak at all if I was in the house, so I didn't really see him. And yeah, like it just ruined everything. And by the grace of God, I was able to move out a couple months later, and I just never looked back. Like to this day, like I've seen him around, and I know it's very awkward for him because he'll see me from far and it's just kind of like, you know, and I don't make no eye contact. I keep it pushing. I don't know you anymore. Like after you took advantage of me like that, I don't know you anymore. Like, bruh, nah, you can't steal from me like that. And just, I can forgive you, but I'm never gonna forget that. I'm just gonna keep it pushing. Like we don't need to talk ever again. We don't need to be friends. You don't need to be amicable. Nothing. Like you knew the situation. You knew how vulnerable I was. You knew that at the time I was in a position where I really had nothing, and you knew what I was trying to do and that I was trying to better myself. You knew the stresses I was going through. You knew the situation. One of my managers at one of my jobs, she was like a royal jerk. I'll tell you about that in another story time. Like you saw how early I was getting up, traveling all the way to the other side of the city to get to work, then rush to my next job, to come home to sleep for like 5 hours, to the point where I even got sick. Like you knew all of this, and you did that to me, you know what I mean? So I could just never, we could never speak again, and I'm okay with that. You know, some people might say, oh, well, you know, I don't really care. I don't need to speak to him. I've forgiven him at this point. But of course, I still look back and I wonder like why he even did that in the first place. Like why he never just really sat down with me and talked to me. Like I lived there. I lived in his room. Like we slept together. We woke up every day, looked at each other. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I just felt really betrayed. And at the same time, I don't regret anything that's ever happened to me because that took a lot for me to forgive. You never really know. People can just switch on you in an instant, and that was one of those situations. So I just took it as a learning experience after a while. It took me a while to get there, but I took it as a learning experience, and it is what it is at this point. But yeah, that was the time when my ex-boyfriend stole over $1,000 from me. But yeah, guys, so thank you for watching. If you like this story time, or if you want to see any other story times, click the link. What am I talking about? The link. Click subscribe down below. If you are already subscribed, thank you so much. And again, I'm sorry. I know I've been gone for a while, but I had to get some stuff together, get some new lighting and a new setup, as you guys can see. So thank you for watching this video. And don't forget to click the post notification down below so you guys know when I upload. And yeah. So thank you for watching. And before you go, I will include some of my previous videos here, so feel free to click and watch. Until then, I'll see you next time. Bye.